Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob's Nerdy Knives. We're going to do a review impressions of a cool knife that I found at White Mountain Knives, the Vosteed Raccoon. Let's talk about it. All right, today we're looking at the Vosteed Raccoon. This is a knife made by Vosteed. I've had different versions of it, the liner lock, the button lock, and now we have the top liner lock. And there's actually another version I'm going to be looking at in the future, but that's another story. But this is the top liner lock. This is a really cool little knife. It's a budget knife, almost a budget banger, super budget knife, but not quite. I think that's around $65, $69, I think is the last time I looked at it. Maybe 65, somewhere around there, which is a really good price. We'll talk about that in a second, but first, let me just talk about it. The designer is you. Not you, but you. Y-E-U, I think his name is, the gentleman who designed it. So I don't know if he's within Vosteed or someone outside, but he is the designer of the knife. The company is Vosteed, and they are the OEM. So Vosteed makes these knives. This is a pretty cool little knife, white G10. We've got this bronze sort of PVD Cerakote on here on 14C28 and blade steel. It's beautiful drop point, almost dagger, you know, whatever you want to call it, but I call it more of a drop point as far as I'm concerned. Beautiful blade shape, very functional, great handle, ergos, super rounded, everything taken really good care of. There's some steel liners in there, so it's steel liner. Steel clip, but a nice clip nonetheless you can get into, a nice ramp to get over. It is reversible, so it's right and left hand tip up only, captive pivot, nice big thumb studs to access it. The placement of the thumb studs is really good. Sometimes there's some knives that are just ruined for me they're not big old meaty finger friendly kind of knives because the thumb studs are put in a really awkward place. These work really well, and I think anybody with any size hands will have a good time with this one. It works great left and right hand because it's a top liner lock, used to be the patented Spyderco compression lock, but they lost their patent. But you can't call it a compression lock. It really is a top liner lock, so that's what we're calling it now. But really, really great access. The button access there is great because you can use it like a button lock, but it's much more secure than the button lock. It's not plunge lock. It's actually a lock bar that engages on the tang of the blade like a compression lock. So you'll see there's the tang right there, and it engages on there. So that's neat. Materials G10, steel liners, 14C28 blade steel, which is really, really nice, I think. Steel clip, a lot of budget things, but it's super comfortable. The G10 scale's nicely rounded. You can choke up really well up here, so you can get a nice choked up position. There's jimping here. It actually works. It's a little spot. It's not a whole lot of it, but it's there and it does work. Not super great for gloves, but you know, you push in, you can lock in. A little extra room, so, you know, my large hands with big meaty fingers, extra large, double extra large hands with big old meaty fingers could certainly use this knife. I think it'd be a comfortable, it's not a giant knife, but it's not a little knife, right? Opening, closing is fantastic. The top liner lock works great to close it. It does disengage really, really well. And you can also open it with it, right? So it works as opening, closing like any other button lock, even like how crossbar lock, but it's usually two, right? It works well. Blade shape, I like it. It's a full flat grind. Comes to a nice slicey thinness down at the bottom. It's not super thin on the top. It does kind of thin out at the top, so you can get into dog food, cat food, fertilizer, mulch, all sorts of stuff, right? Overall, let's do some measurements on this. Let's see how much this guy weighs. I don't think it's super heavy. I'm going to guess maybe 3.2 ounces, somewhere around there. So let's give it a shot. 3.4 ounces, 3.4 ounces. So it's not super, super light, but it's not super, super heavy. And it probably has a lot to do with the steel liners, I'm going to guess. So overall, let's look at the length of the knife. So the overall length of the knife is a little past 7.5 inches. So we're probably, I'm going to say 9/16, so 7 9/16. The overall handle area right here is just under 3 1/4, but if you do the choke up position, you get about 4.5 inches. So that's why it works really well for larger hands. Here, you're about 3 1/4 inches from the tip to the back of the blade, but if you're looking at actual cutting length, you're about just under 3 inches. Just under 3 inches. And I had used this to open a box before, so I have a little tape on the tip there I'm going to have to wipe off. So we'll get that off, because this is eventually going to be a giveaway knife for somebody. Somebody's going to have a chance to win this. It's a nice little knife. I think they would enjoy this knife. I like giving stuff away that I like, that I would keep in my car, give it away as a gift. And this is definitely one of them, so I'll give you a little hint. All right, so that is that. Let's look at blade stock thickness next. We want to see how thick this blade is. Is it a pretty thick one or not? So let's see. we're looking at 118 thousandths of an inch, so it's less than 120 thousandths of an inch, so definitely not super thick, but not super thin, right? But it's a decent size blade shape, kind of a very functional. I wouldn't use it to pry. Use the right tool for the right job, right? If you're going to be prying, get a pry bar. If you're going to be whacking things away, get a fixed blade or an axe. That's just my recommendation. All right, category. This is definitely under $100. It's a budget knife. It's over 50, so it's not a super budget. 65 is what I did find last, and if you can get it at White Mountain Knives, you might get 10% off, so it could be under 60. Definitely worth checking out. Maybe 58, 59, something like that. But a great price, I think, for what you get. This is one of those knives where people say, well, can I buy a cheap $20, $10, $15? Yeah, you can. Sure, you can go to Walmart and get one of those Ozark Trail ones, but if you have 60 bucks, 65 bucks, whatever, get something like this. This is absolutely worth buying. This type of knife is just solid. I highly recommend something like this. All right. EDC hard use collection piece. Budget knives typically aren't collection pieces for me. I don't collect them. I don't recommend it as collection pieces, but you collect whatever you want. If you want to collect it, collect away, right? Is it EDC hard use? Absolutely hard use. The top liner lock is going to be pretty solid, really good lock-in position. It's not a fixed blade. It's not an axe. Just remember that, right? It is still has a locking mechanism that can disengage. So just keep that in mind. It's not meant to be, you know, you can't hang a car from it or something, right? It's a knife, it's a tool, that's all it is. So use the right tool for the right job. And I think it would be absolutely great for everyday EDC, hard use, left and right hand tip up carry, all those things are great. All right, handles. The handles are great. I love this white G10. It's a unique color. It's not maybe something I would normally pick out, but I like it. It looks like a nice contrast in this color. Kind of reminds me of, I don't know, Star Wars or something. It's just kind of a, it's a cool color. Okay, it's nice and different as far as I'm concerned. That's why I think I picked this one. I could have gotten black with black blade, or an exposed regular metal blade, right? The 14C28 seal is exposed, but this was just cool. I like the contouredness of the shape, the ease to get to the button. Here the button has a little texture, so you're not going to slip right off. That's really nice. It does work. This texture is really, really comfortable. I think it's fantastic. Opening, closing is fantastic. Thumb studs work really, really well. Now, can I do it? Yeah, there's a little bonus flick. It's not super great, but if you can get in there low enough, you can kind of reverse flick it. And I can do it left-handed. So it has some bonus flick, which, to me, I always like to have a little extra bonus flick. It's fun for fidgeting if you like that. Opening, closing is great. Really smooth. It's on caged bearings. Absolutely could put skiffs in this thing and it would be even better. But it's a budget knife. I typically don't skiff the super budget knives, right? I will get another Raccoon in, but it's going to have the Vancore lock on there. We'll check that out later. But this is kind of, it's kind of interesting. So I mean, I really like it. Textures. Are there any textures on here? No, but I mean, the G10 has a little bit of texture. It's not super smooth, so it gives you enough traction. It's not going to be like, if you get wet, is it going to slip out of your hand? It still could, right? It's not that kind of great texture. It's not like this all over it, like this frag pattern or something. Is there any jimping? There's jimping on here. That's about it. And there's some jimping on it, well, at least a knurling on the button, which I appreciate. I like that. I like that a lot. So that's nice. Clip. The clip is very functional. Left and right hand tip up carry. There's a little place for a lanyard, so you definitely lanyard people rejoice. It's not prioritized. For here, I think this could go up a little bit higher. I don't know why it's so low. I wish it would go higher. I think it's maybe cost reasons. So it's almost fully hidden in the pocket, but not quite, right? It's not a full deep carry. All right, ergos. Overall feel, ergos, design, action, design flow, function, everything about it is really cool. It's comfortable. Roundedness around here. There's no sharp spots anywhere. It's not biting. This is round corners. Even when I choke up here, it's nice. You do have a choil, but you can hold it back here and lock it in and keep your thumb here from sliding. This finger back here will be kind of like a finger guard to hold this hand from sliding up, going over the blade, I think. Just be careful, right? If you're doing something really heavy, I would be behind sort of the little area here where you can hold your hand. But I think going in and out, cutting boxes, leather or plastic, whatever, this thing's going to work well. All right, the design, the flow, the function, everything's really good. Everything's in the place you want it to be. Thumb studs work well. They're in the right place. Button lock is nice. I don't get in the way. Now over here, when you're left-handed, could you squeeze down here and then disengage it? I mean, I guess if you have thick enough calluses, you could. I would clip it here, but when I hold it, this thing is right in between my two parts of the bone. So I'm not going to be pressing it and engaging it. So for me, it's not really that big of a deal. It doesn't get in my way. I don't mind it. So just be careful, right? There's a button there. So if you're going to be doing anything unusual, just something to think about. The flow, the function, everything's nice. Everything makes sense to me. Everything feels good. There's nothing that's digging in anywhere. Just a really solid knife. Fidget factor, you've got the button, the top liner lock. You've got the thumb studs that work really great. And they're really good thumb studs, by the way. Good position, good height, good texture on there, easy to engage, easy to open and actuate the knife. The bonus flick is nice. It is there, and oops, you just gotta make sure you get your finger. Oops, let's do this not for camera. Okay, I was just doing it. Why am is my finger getting all dry here? Let's see. Why am I know I could do it left-handed. So is my hand just getting tired? Hold on. There we go. I don't know why. It's, you know, you're doing the review and suddenly you forget how to do stuff. It's kind of ridiculous. But it's a nice bonus flick. Is it the main way to open it? No, the thumb studs I absolutely use, and so would I use the top liner lock. They work great. They're fully contained, wonderful. This is just for fidgety fun goodness. Because the two things work really, really well. I mean, to me, it's like a solid 5. I'm going to give it a 6 because you get the bonus flick. And the bonus flick is, if I can figure out how to use it, right? The bonus flick is pretty nice. If you're doing that mainly, then you'll know where to go, right? You won't be doing what I'm doing, where my fingers get tired because I do it too much. But it works nicely. So I'm going to give it a 6. Now, fidget factor, what do I think? A $65 knife, okay? $65 knife. Everything that works here works really, really well. So I take that into account. Sometimes that helps things, right? Because, you know, I'm not expecting a $500, $600, $1,000 knife functionality out of this thing, right? I'm not expecting the ergos from all of that. Even though a set of skiffs for the cage bearings might make this knife feel like it's a $100, $150 knife. I'm going to give it 100. This is going to get a full 100, right? You get the bonus flick on here. It does. I promise you, why am I not doing it? Watch this. Yeah, left hand, I have no problem. Is my right hand? I don't know what's going on. But it's not, I've never, okay, there we go. If I stop talking, maybe I can do it. So if I'm talking, if I don't talk, let's see. Okay, so Rob can't open the knife and talk. I guess that's the thing here with the fidget factor. All right, but it's 100. I think that's great. Got a 6 out of 10. Fidget factor is 100%, which is fantastic. Everything about it is really nice. Final thoughts. Is it recommended? 100% recommended. Yeah, this is recommended. It's a great budget knife. I would be very happy to buy this as a gift for someone, have it as a car knife, an extra knife, whatever. I think it is absolutely fantastic. Now, is it a favorites? This is a favorites. Yeah, this would be a favorites for sure. If I didn't buy every budget knife and give it away on this channel, I would have a lot of really cool budget knives like this around the house, around the car, different things. But these all get given away, so it is what it is. And this will be given away too. But I think it's a fantastic knife. It's definitely a favorite. It's something I would highly recommend. So there you go. Let me know what you think. If you think I'm wrong, if you got it, you hate it, or you love it, I would love to hear from you. What's your favorite color in it? I mean, I like this. I think it's cool. It's different. It may not be your cup of tea, but you know, it's typically not what I would buy for myself, but I thought it was nice as a different color. So, all right, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, informative, would you please consider hitting the like button? And if you've already hit the like button, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button, because subscribing and liking the channel really helps out. It does, believe it or not. And I appreciate you guys who watch the videos, who's part of the live stream, the whole community. You guys are awesome. Thank you. If you haven't already, some of you guys haven't, obviously, but if you haven't, maybe consider hitting that notification button so you can be notified of this and other videos that I have. And a big shout out to my channel members. I appreciate you do 2 things. You encourage me, and I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Secondly, because of your generous support, you allow me to do things I didn't think this channel could do. Budget banger giveaways, check out knives, cover shipping, cover all sorts of different costs, and I appreciate that. If it wasn't for you, those things wouldn't happen, and I thank you for that. As a way for me to say thank you, all brand new channel members, I'd love to mail you a channel sticker and a thank you note. So just email me with your name and address. If you're a brand new channel member, I'd love to mail that to you. Secondly, all channel members are eligible for the members once a month exclusive giveaway. So that 1 month, that week in that 1 month, we'll have 2 giveaways. There'll be a budget banger giveaway and then the members giveaway. This is usually nicer than the budget banger. And you'd be eligible for both. One person's actually won that, just so you know, both of them. And that's it. If any of that sounds interesting, you'd say, hey, I'd like to get the sticker. Hey, I'd like the note. Hey, I'd like to do the giveaway. I hear there's special emojis in comments. Yes, 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 it's all true. There's 1 year anniversary, 2 year anniversary, all sorts of things that we do for that. There is a link down below in the description on 3 different tiers. Would love to have you. Basic, medium, high, just any basic member eligible for most of that stuff, right? There is some exclusive for the medium and higher tiers, absolutely, but just know that's my way to say thank you, all right? Thank you to everybody who's watched the video, who's part of everything already, all the way up to here. If you haven't already, check me out over on Instagram. Check me out at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching. You guys have a great day and a great week.